Hey everybody, I'm Callie Milliman and welcome to another great edition of Animals Voice podcast. It's National Volunteer Week and we're very excited to bring you a special edition while we chat with some of our volunteers and learn about the various ways that they help the organization. Let's get started. We are joined here by Debbie Sutherland, who's a volunteer with the Markham Cat Adoption and Education Center. Debbie, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Can you tell us a little bit about what your volunteer role is here at the center?
Primarily, I would say it's enrichment for the cats, stimulation, giving them attention, any other jobs or tasks that can come my way to help the cats adjust as easily as they can. I happened to stumble on a volunteer position opening here, and I've been so fortunate for the opportunity.
And let us know a little bit more about what your favorite part about volunteering here with the cats at the center is.
Just to have the time to spend with the cats. Whatever goes on at home, as soon as you walk through that door, it's all about them. And you don't have to worry about, I don't know, it's simple. It takes all the stress out of your day, and I enjoy it. And the time goes by really, really quickly. It's also an education process here. And even though I'm on the elder side of the senior, it's amazing what you can learn, and the personalities of cats and how to get them comfortable. And that's so rewarding when you see them come through the stages of being so afraid, don't know where they are, to just loving you and purring for you, and then to have a family adopt or a person adopt them, then that's just the icing on the cake. I mean, it's hard to describe that feeling that you get. I mean, animals, they have the love to give you, and they're just waiting for someone to share it with. So I found myself very fortunate, and I think anybody else can benefit from having that feeling that you get for spending time with them.
So let's just get started, Flo, and why don't you tell me a little bit about your role here at the Ontario SPCA?
Well, thanks, Callie, especially for saying here, because technically I do not volunteer here at the OSPCA building on Woodbine. However, I have a capability to contribute as a volunteer off-site, and I just wanted to say that there are many ways that people can volunteer if they like animals. So I did start out originally by bringing linens up and different supplies to drop off here at the center. But eventually, as a volunteer, I am now working, giving my time, I should say, at the bingo hall in Richmond Hill, where part of the proceeds from the bingo games are going to various dedicated charities, one of them being the OSPCA. So in my case, rather than working specifically directly with the animals, I am an animal lover, and I can help them through raising money, which I do one Saturday afternoon a month. So it's been a very interesting procedure. You get to observe a lot of things in a bingo hall, and what we do when we get in there, we do a 3-hour stint, usually myself and one other volunteer from the OSPCA. We register ourselves in. We make sure that there's a film rolling, the little video at the front of the bingo hall, so that they can see that that particular 3-hour session is being sort of sponsored or looked after by the OSPCA, so it gets people engaged, tells them a little bit about the organization and what we're doing. And of course, we wear the OSPCA shirts while we're in the bingo hall so that people can see that we are there volunteering on behalf of the animals. We're absolutely open to answer any questions that people have while we are there. And we basically interact with the people who are there. And if they're looking for something, we help them, show them where the washrooms are, all that kind of thing. And that offsets some of the workers at the bingo hall who are really busy running around saying bingo and going and getting the money for the people who have won their prizes. So that is essentially what it is. It's an interactive person kind of a thing that we do for 3 hours, and there's a lot of money that comes in as a result.
What kind of person do you think would be best for an environment like a bingo volunteer position?
Probably someone who has played bingo. I've never actually played in a bingo hall, but I have volunteered previously for another charity at a bingo hall, so I had a little bit of an idea. If you're not an overly shy person, or even if you are, you really can put in what you want to put in during that 3-hour period. So you can walk around, you can empty. They have electronic gambling machines that have the baskets fill up with chits, so you're constantly emptying those, just making sure that everything is in order, making eye contact with people just in case they want to ask you about the OSPCA, that type of thing. So I would say you don't necessarily have to be an overly gregarious individual, but if you like people and you like animals, really that's all you have to do. You're walking around. It is by no means a huge Herculean task.
Barrie Animal Center, Fran speaking. How can I help you?
Fran Ferguson, who is an office volunteer here at the Barrie Animal Center. And we're so excited to have you joining us today, Fran. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kelly. Nice to be here. When I retired a few years ago, I decided that I wanted to do volunteering. And I've been with a couple of agencies, and I was on the SPCA website one day and saw that they were looking for people to work in the office. And having worked in sales for so many years, I thought, it's probably up my alley. So here I am.
So, Fran, what is your role with the Animal Center?
I'm actually working in the office as an office administrator. So I answer the phones, do little odd jobs that need doing, and greet clients when they come in. I do want to say that it's wonderful working with the people here in the Barrie SPCA. They are a real team. They're happy doing what they do, and they really love the animals. And it's not just about physical care, but they make sure that they get played with and loved. And, it's a real privilege to be here.
What's your favorite part about volunteering with this animal center?
I have to say dealing with the clients and just making them feel good, if they're a little down or they need an answer. Sometimes they're panicked because they've found an animal and they don't know what to do. So just being able to talk them through situations and find help for them.
So what type of person do you think would enjoy this role?
This specific one in the office is definitely an outgoing person who's comfortable talking to people and who doesn't get really flustered if somebody's angry on the phone or, there's a situation that's difficult to handle. But it's really rewarding. I love coming here every day. And at first I just signed up for one shift. And then within a couple of weeks, I asked if I could work 2 days a week. So I would be here more, maybe, if I could. So I really love it here.
Fran, thank you so much for sharing your story with us and giving us some information about your role here at the Ontario SPCA Barrie Animal Center. And of course, thank you to all of our volunteers who have participated in this edition of Animals Voice podcast. If you're at home watching and want to know more about how you can get involved as a volunteer, visit ontariospca.ca and click on the volunteer tab. We're happy to hear from you anytime, so reach out. Of course, don't forget to subscribe, check us out on iTunes, and we'll catch you next time on another amazing edition of Animals Voice podcast.